Hi, we are going to take a look at pattern rules. Now, we know about growing and shrinking patterns. If they're numerical, that is, if they're made with numbers, I'm always going to have a rule that it's going to follow. A pattern has to be repeating the same rule over and over, otherwise it's just a string of numbers. The first thing I want to do is I want to find my starting term. Now, term is just one of the digits in the pattern. And I always start with term 1 at the start. So in this case, 0. So when I'm writing my pattern rule, my rule begins like this. Start at 0. That's the first digit I see here. And then what am I doing each time? How do I get from 0 to 3? I add 3. What about getting from 3 to 6? I add 3 again. And to get from 6 to 9, you guessed it, I add 3. So in this case, my rule is start at 0 and add 3. Now I can actually figure out what my next term would be. I have my first term, my second term, my third term, and my fourth term. If I wanted to know what my fifth term was, I just need to follow this part of my rule. So I'm starting here, I'm at 9, and I need to add 3, so my next term will be 12. Let's take another look at a pattern rule for a growing pattern. This pattern starts at 4, and it goes 4, 8, 16, 32. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say where it starts. And as we mentioned, I start at 4 in this case. Now I'm going to look and see if I can figure out the rule. To get from 4 to 8, I add 4. But to get from 8 to 16, I don't add 4. So I don't think that's my pattern rule. How do I get from 8 to 16? I add 8. And to get from 16 to 32, I add 16. Do you see what's happening here? Every time I move to my next term, I'm actually doubling it. So instead of doing an addition one, I'm going to say times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. And 16 times 2 is 32. So my pattern rule is start at 4 and multiply by 2 each time. So if I want to find out what my fifth term is, I need to start here at 32 and I need to double it. I need to multiply by 2. So 32 times 2 is 64. You're going to take a look at a few examples, and I hope this was helpful.